Okay, I'm going to go through the equipment again so you can get yourself set up and ready in the meantime to be teaching English online in the next few weeks. In terms of headsets, it is preferable to have a headset that has a noise-cancelling microphone. It does not need to be anything fancy at all. Entry-level headsets will do the trick as long as they have the noise-cancelling function. And make sure the headset you buy is compatible with the laptop or desktop that you're using, whether it is a USB or jack or any other port. In terms of headsets, here are some recommendations I have given you. You can go for a cheaper option or a more expensive one that has more features. It is entirely up to you. I have had experience with Logitech, but of course there are loads of brands out there that you can purchase from. Some things that are nice to look out for when buying a headset are that they are very comfortable, and it's always nice to have a headset where you can mute your microphone and control the volume, especially during lessons if you need to. In terms of the webcam, if you have a modern day laptop, then you can use your built-in webcam. Just check it out and see what the quality is like. Obviously, I can't say whether it's perfect or not, but you will be able to see if it's pretty grainy or poor quality quite quickly. If you don't have a modern day laptop, if your laptop is 5 years old or more, it is best to purchase an external webcam. The external webcams are always better quality, so it is definitely worth purchasing. You don't have to do it from the get-go. Later down the line, if you have made some money, you can always invest in this. So an entry-level webcam is perfect. It's adequate. You don't need to be fancy with this at all. And just make sure your webcam is compatible with your desktop and PC, just like your headset. Here I have listed some recommendations for webcams that you can purchase. These are again Logitech, but you can look into buying other brands if you prefer. As I said, if you have a modern day laptop with a decent built-in camera, you may not have to buy a new one. However, the external webcams are simply better quality. So look into buying an HD webcam as a minimum, as anything below that will be very grainy. And you can get good HD entry-level webcams for an affordable price. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about your laptop or your PC. So obviously you do not need to go and buy a new laptop or PC. This is not necessary. But if you have a laptop or PC that is from the Stone Age, your little machine may not support you enough for video-based online teaching. The platforms companies use and the softwares they use to teach online often require a certain amount of RAM and other specifications to be able to withstand online teaching. So I'm going to tell you a few things about what your PC should or ideally must have in order to be able to conduct classes smoothly online. So you don't deal with huge amounts of lagging or malfunctioning or things like that. Your operating system, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, or a Mac operating system is good. Some companies don't use or operate on Mac, however, you would find this out at the beginning. RAM, you'll always have to have at least 4 gigabytes of RAM on your computer. This is a minimum requirement for almost all companies. In terms of the processor, an Intel Core i3 4th generation or above is the minimum requirement as well for your processor. The CPU, which is the processor in your computer, will really struggle if you open many things on your computer as you teach a class. So the faster your processor, the better. I would absolutely advise you look into an Intel Core i5 or i7 or up. This is not a must, but it would certainly make a big difference in your experience when teaching online. And just a little side note, it is super important to take note that you must look after your computer. So run the updates when it needs running, shut it down at night, clean it of unnecessary junk, and install a solid virus scanner. This will just ensure that your computer functions as best as it can, and if your job relies on this, this is pretty important. So to sum it up, ensure that your laptop has 4 gigabits of RAM as a minimum. And if you have a modern day laptop, you should be good to go. And if you look into buying a new laptop at any point, then go with the following minimum specifications: 4 gigabits of RAM, an Intel Core i3 4th generation or higher. Just make sure that you have a clean computer system at the moment, because if you're going to be teaching online in the next few weeks, you want to make sure that what you're using to teach is perfectly in shape.